A man in a boat rowing away from a lighthouse 100-meter high takes 2 minutes to change the angle of elevation of the top of the lighthouse from 60 degree to 30 degree. Find the speed of the boat in meters per minute. So according to the question, I have drawn a figure in which this is lighthouse and its height is given to be 100 meter, and what they are saying is where was this boat, from there it is just changing its position. After 2 minutes it is reaching somewhere, so that the angle of elevation is also changing from where to where. First it was 60 and then it will become 30. So this one is 60 degrees and after 2 minutes it became 30 degree. What we need to find out is the speed of the boat in meters per unit. Speed of the boat means from here it is changing, no? So first we need to find out what is the distance. For that, first we will take, suppose this is x and this is y. That is, we have to consider the triangle. The trigonometric ratios we have to consider. For that, we are just considering this distance as x and let this distance be y. Okay, this is ABC D. So let BD be x meters and CB be y meters. So the distance which we need to find out is this much, that is CD, and that will be your y, this total minus this total, y minus x. Okay, CD will be y minus x. This is what you need to find out. For that we need what is x and y, and from that triangle, which triangle? Triangle ABD, you can find out one of the values which is x, including x and the given thing, which angle or which trigonometric ratio you have to find out, that is opposite side by adjacent side, opposite side, adjacent side. So you'll get tan of the angle, right? Tan 60 degree, which will be opposite side, which is AB by BD. AB is 100, 100 by x. Now what is tan 60? It is root 3. So you'll get root 3 is equal to 100 by x, or x is equal to 100 by root 3 meters. Now you have to find out what is y. In order to get y, you can consider the triangle ABC. From triangle ABC, again this is adjacent side, this is opposite side. You can use tan again. So it is tan 30 degree is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, which is y. So that again tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to 100 by y, or y is equal to 100 root 3 meters. So now you got the value of x and y. You can find out what is this distance CD, which is y minus x. Okay. Therefore, the distance traveled in how many minutes? It has been covering this distance in 2 minutes, right? In 2 minutes. So distance covered in 2 minutes is equal to y minus x. Replace the values of y and x. 100 root 3 minus 100 by root 3, right? So replacing the value of root 3 as 1.732 here, and here we have just multiplied and divided with root 3, so that you will get 100 by 3 into root 3. So that replacing these values, and this will become 173.2 minus how much you are getting? 33.33 into 1.732. Is it 57.73? So that the answer or the distance will be 115.47. This is the distance. Now what you need to find out is speed. Speed is equal to distance by time. Therefore, the speed in 1 minute you need to find out. Speed of the boat in 1 minute, or you can say in meter per unit. Okay. So in 1 minute what you will get? This will be in 2 minutes the distance covered. So the time is 2 minutes. So here you will get distance is 115.47 divided by time is 2 minutes. 57.74 meter per minute. Meter per minute. Okay, so the unit will be meter per minute. Got it? The question is, form the quadratic equation from x is equal to root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc., where x is a natural number. You have to form a quadratic equation of forming or containing x. So we'll start with what is given. X is equal to root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc. It is going. Now I'm just squaring both sides. Okay, squaring both sides. Because you know that for quadratic equation you should have the degree of x as 2. So that we are squaring both sides. This will give you x square. And what happens to the right hand side is one of the roots, that is the first root, will go. This root will go. So that this becomes 6 plus, again it is the same thing, root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6, like that it is going. Plus etc. means how much? It is till infinity. So if we are actually reducing one term from this, it is again in the form of x equal to root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc. So that we can just replace this term with x, right? So this will become 6 plus x. So the quadratic equation will be what? X square minus x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay. Find the roots of the quadratic equation. A square b square x square plus b square x minus a square x minus 1 equal to 0. What you can do here is, from the first two terms, you can just see there is something common, which is b square x. Take it out. B square x into, what you will get here? Okay, this is b square x square. Okay, b square quadratic equation, no? B square x square. So what is remaining here? A square is remaining and 1x. So this will become a square x plus 1 minus of a square x. If I am taking negative out, this will become a square x plus 1 equal to 0. Common term, a square x plus 1 into b square x minus 1 equal to 0. So that you will get a square x plus 1 equal to 0 or b square x minus 1 equal to 0. That is x is equal to minus 1 by x a square or x is equal to 1 by b square. Okay, this was a quadratic equation. Okay, here you have x square. If cot A is equal to 12 by 5, find the value of sin A plus cos A into cosec A. So you have to first get the value of what is sin A and cos A. For that, from cot A we can find out, like if you are just taking a right angled triangle and this is suppose A. Okay, angle is given as A. So this is A. Cot is adjacent side by opposite side, adjacent side, and we know that it is a fraction, means you have something in common which you have already cancelled and we are getting this fraction, so that we can take that constant as k. So we can write this as some 12k and the opposite side as some 5k, so that when you take cot A you will get 12 by 5. Okay, now what will be the other one? Using your Pythagoras theorem, what you will get? It will be 13k. You just check. You will get it to be 13k. It is a triad forming 5, 12 and 13, right? So, but you have to write it as 13k, so that now we can find out what is sin A. Sin A is opposite side by hypotenuse. So, you will get 5k by 13k or 5 by 13. Now, what is cos A? Cos A is adjacent side by opposite side. So, it is 12k by 13k or 12 by 13. Now, what about the other thing? You need cosec also. Cosec will be the reciprocal of sine. So, cosec A is 13 by 5. Now, replacing all these values, find the value of sin A plus cos A into cosec A. Replace all the values and find out. 5 by 13 plus 12 by 13 into 13 by 5. These two will give you 17 by 13 into 13 by 5. So it is 17 by 5. If sin alpha is equal to 1 by 2 and cos beta is equal to 1 by 2, find the value of alpha plus beta. Sin alpha equal to 1 by 2 means what? What will be alpha equal to? For which value of sin you are getting 1 by 2? It is 30. So alpha should be 30 degree. Now cos beta is 1 by 2 means beta will be 60 degree. Therefore what is alpha plus beta? You need to check, that's all. It is 30 plus 60, which is 90. Okay, simple problem. If a cube of side 6 cm is cut into a number of cubes, each of side 2 cm, then find the number of cubes so formed. What you need to do? Let n be the number of cubes so formed. So you can say that n into the volume of the cube with side 2 cm will be equal to the volume of the cube with side 6 cm. Volume of the smaller cube, one smaller cube, okay, is equal to volume of the larger cube. Now you just find out what is n is equal to volume of the larger cube divided by volume of one smaller cube. Will give you again volume of cube. What is the volume of cube? It is a cube. You will get, suppose this is a dash or whatever you require, you just substitute. That is, you can take a small, for smaller you can take a on the other one as a dash, like that. A is given to be what? 2 cm. For the bigger, if you are taking 6 cm, what you will get here is 6 cube by 2 cube, right? How many cubes can be formed? 27. So the number of cubes formed is 27. The 17th term of an AP exceeds its 10th term by 7. Find the common difference. 17th term, that is A17 is equal to, it is exceeding the 10th term, A10 by 7. So using this concept, you can find out what is the common difference. What is A17 by definition? It is A plus 16D is equal to A10 as A plus 9D plus 7. So that A gets cancelled. You will get 16D minus 9D is equal to 7. That is 7D equal to 7, or D is equal to 1, right? To check whether minus 150 is a term of the given AP or not. For that, what we will do, we will suppose that the given term is an nth term of the given AP. Okay, from the given AP, what all you will get? This is the given AP. A is 17. What is D? It will be the second term minus first term. So you will get it to be minus 5. And let an be the given term. Now use the formula for an, which is a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to minus 150. Now if you are getting n as a natural number, you can say that it is a term of the AP. If you are getting it to be a fraction or a decimal, you will say that it is not a term in the AP. Okay, what is a? Replace plus n minus 1 into d, which is minus 5 equal to 1 minus 150. 17 minus 5n plus 5 is equal to minus 150. So since after calculation you are getting n as a fraction or a decimal, you can say that since n is not a natural number, minus 150 can't be a term in the AP or term of the AP. Okay. So what is given in the question? A triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle. If AB is 13 centimeter, this total is given to be 13 centimeter. BC is 14 centimeter. And AE is 7 centimeter. You have to find the value of CE. So what concept we can use here? From an external point, the length of the tangents are equal in length. Since AE is equal to 7 centimeter, AF is also equal to 7 centimeter, right? Because A is an external point to the circle. Now, since AF is 7, you will get from this what is BF. So, what will be BF is equal to? BF is equal to AB minus AF. It will be 13 minus 7. So, you are getting 6 centimeter for this BF. Now, again, B is an external point. This is 6 centimeter means this is also 6 centimeter, right? So, since you can say therefore, BD is also equal to 6 centimeter since BF is equal to BD. Now, if you got BD, now what you need to do? This is 14 in total. You can find out what is DC. Implies DC is equal to BC minus BD, which will give you 14 minus 6. Again, you will get 8 centimeter for this. And since CD, C is an external point, CD should be equal to CE. Therefore, CE is also equal to 8 centimeter since CE should be equal to CD, right? Find the smallest number which when increased by 17 is exactly divisible by 520 and 468. Okay. So now what you need to do, smallest number you have to find out means you have to find out the LCM of these two given numbers. So 520 can be represented as 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 13 and 468 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 13. Now for LCM what we need to do, first we will find out the common things. So both are having 2 square in common, then 13 in common. Now the remaining terms. So 1, 2 is left here. So that you will get that 2 into 5 into 3 square. So how much you are getting as the LCM? 2 cube into 3 square into 13 into 5. 2 cube. This is 2 cube. 8 into 9 into 13 into 5. How much you are getting? Is it 4, 6, 8, 0? LCM is 4680, LCM of these two numbers. Now the smallest number, since you need to find out the smallest number, which when increased by 17 is exactly divisible by this means, what you need to do is, which when increased it is divisible by means you have to reduce that number with this one. Okay, therefore the smallest number which when increased by 17 is exactly divisible by these two means it will be the LCM of these two numbers minus 17. Okay, when you are adding 17, it is giving you this much of LCM. So when you are just subtracting, that will be this exact divisibility giving. Okay, so LCM of these two means 520 and 468, which is 4680 minus 17 will give you how much value you are getting? 4663. This is a figure. The question is find the number of zeros. Number of zeros which this graph can have. Number of zeros of the polynomial. This is the polynomial given. This is your y equal to f of x. The polynomial's graph is this. How many? Yes, 4. How? Which all are touching on the x-axis, those points will give you the number of zeros of the given polynomial.